Hey everybody, welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 17th of March and we are now live in a session over here. So let's get started. So basically, this is the trade I took in GBP USD, and the basic idea about this trade was, when this candle was flipping back up, like I took this trade personally in the 1 hour time frame, and the whole idea was based on the 1 hour. So basically, what was happening over here is there was a rejection zone over here. So there was a rejection zone down over here, and I saw this 1 hour candle. Let me just zoom out a little bit. And I saw this 1 hour candle went all the way down, tapped in this area and rejected this area and moved back up. So when this 1 hour candle was rejecting this area, so I waited for the 1 hour candle to flip back up and break its own high. So when it did break its own high, I executed a buy trade. Let me just show you where I executed a buy trade over here, because this candle was the 1 hour candle breaking its own high. So I executed a buy trade over here, and it just went up from there, that level. So let me just show you over here. So basically what was happening over here is, if we go to the 15-minute time frame, then if we look at the 15-minute time frame, then we had this rejection zone over here. The market went down, created a rejection zone, went up again. So it created another rejection zone there. It went down in the same rejection zone, and from here it started to flip up, right? So when it started to leave this rejection zone, then I knew that if a market is leaving a one rejection zone, then it will be going to another rejection zone, right? So the another rejection zone is over here. So that's where my TP, and that's where I took the trade, and this was all about this was all the analysis about this trade. So according to me, it should be going back up to 1.31894. And if we look at the 4 hour time frame also, this 4 hour candle also went down, and now it's flipping back up. So this 4 hour candle is still having around 2 hours left to close, and we know that in those 2 hours two things can happen. Number one is that it will go up, test these wicks and reject this area over here, and maybe reject this area and close back inside this range. The second thing which can happen is that this candle will be going up with heavy volume and will be filling this clean area to the left. So according to me, if it starts to move up, and then this should be the area we should be looking for, because we have this clean range over here, and if we look at the left, then the candle can fill this clean candle by going all the way up in this area. So if I look at this chart over here as well, so here I have plotted a resistance over here in this area, and the previous 4-hour candle just closed above that area. Now the current 4-hour candle went down and rejected all the lower prices and flipped back up, right? So by looking at this, I can say that there might be having some strong bullish momentum in GBP USD, which can really literally take the price all the way up. So according to me, that should happen. Otherwise, if my idea fails and if it just goes back to break even, I might close everything, because it already went up like in 9.6 pips. So I'm waiting for the market to hit 10 pips so that I can close half and leave the runner running. So that's the idea. So 15-minute candle closed over here, and the current 15-minute candle is coming down. So if it goes back all the way down in this area, like at break even, then I think I'm gonna close everything, because I'm not expecting the market to move down now back to break even, because that will be a flipping back of the 30-minute candle as well. So I have to keep in that mind. Yeah. Okay, it's coming down, so I think I should prepare to close everything, because this kind of a movement I was really not expecting. I was expecting the market to move up, but if it's coming down and if it's rejecting the higher rejection areas, like on the upside, like this area over here or this area over here, then we cannot consider this as a probability of going bullish. So we have to really manage the risk. So now what can happen is this candle can flip down and fill the wick to the downside. So I have to really manage the risk now. Yeah, now the market has just flipped down. I think now it can really push the price down, because if it really wants to go up, then this is the time it should be going up. Otherwise, you know it can really push the price down. So I'm ready. My stop loss was around 10 pips, but now I have managed it to around 4 5 pips. But then also I'm gonna close everything at break even, because it's flipping down. So because I know that once it break its own low, I'm talking about the 30 minutes. So if the 30 minutes break its own low, this can will be going down and can fill this wick over here. Hey Nishal, how are you, buddy? So let's see how this goes. Fingers crossed, hoping for the market to move back up, but to be very frank, the probability now is really low. Closed everything at break even now. Because now the 30 minute has break its own low and it's rejecting these rejection areas. Now the probability is it can push the price down and fill this wick over here. Yeah. So this is the GBP JPY analysis, and so the market is totally consolidating. Sorry, consolidating from the London session, and right now this is pre-New York, and what I'm seeing over here is that the previous 30-minute candle went down. Let's just start with the monthly. Let's just start with the monthly over here. Okay, so this is the monthly, and monthly is moving up with a strong bullish momentum. Strong bullish momentum is there in the monthly, and this is the support formation of the monthly time frame over here, right? So where is the resistance? So the resistance is up over here in this areas. These wicks are the resistance areas. So I can say that the monthly is now flipping back up, creating a support, so it will be moving up inside this area. So that clearly means that GBP/JPY is in a bullish momentum, right? So after the monthly, let's go to the weekly over here and analyze the weekly. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Perfect. So what is happening in the weekly? Basically, we have a resistance up over here, right? And we have a support down over here. So this is a range, right? So this is a range, and the market has went inside that range again, right? And now by looking at the current market structure, I can say that the weekly candle will be tapping 157.300 area very soon. That's around 100 pips of range. So, and that's really, I'm sure about that, it's gonna happen. And the one thing also, just hold on everybody. Okay, so I'm back over here, and so we were talking about. Let me just. Okay, so GU pre-London trade has been posted by Initial. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at that. But before that, let's just finish this analysis about GBP So basically, look over here. Market created a high. Market tested that high and tested that high again, right? So the difference between the three tests over here is that this test over here was a really weak test as compared to the previous test, right? So that also indicates that a bearish pressure was coming into the market and the market went all the way down from there, and now it's coming back again to the upside, maybe to test this high again or maybe to break this high now. So by looking at this, we can say that yes, this is a strong rejection area which the market can enter again, right? So by looking after the weekly, let's go to the let me just give it some. Okay, so after the weekly, let's go to the daily over here. And so the yesterday's daily candle just closed with no wick on the top, right? And if you look at the left, we have some rejection issues in this area, so there's not enough range, or there's not proper or clean range to the left side. So I'm not looking for buys over here, even though the market is moving up, because maybe I won't be trading GJ to maybe to not today, not tomorrow, because the thing is, when I will be dropping into the smaller time frames, when I look at the left, there is no clean range for me to trade. So that's the issue over here in GBP So after looking at daily, let's move to let me just draw some areas in daily. So first area is, if you look at the left, then first area is over here, from where the market can possibly reject and starts to push down. That's why I drew this line over here at 155.964 area, because I know that once this candle flips down, break its own low, this should be moving down from here. So after the daily, let's move to the 4 hour. So the 4 hour time frame is just clearly ranging. We have a candle going up, down. So this is just a range, nothing much, just a range over here. And once this 4 hour candle break its own high, at that point, that may be the point of buying GBP, because we know that once it breaks its own high, there will be the probability of going up will be really high. And if you look at the left, then I think first stop will be this wick over here, and then this bodies over here, because we this is just a rejection zone in this area. So once this candle flips back up, I'll consider this area as a buying opportunity. So after the 4 hour, let's move to the 1 hour over here. So let's have a look at the 1 hour now. So what 1 hour time frame is basically doing, if we look over here, let's zoom in a little bit. So market created a high, then it created a support over here, went up, then created another high, went down again to the previous support and this rejection zone. It retested that zone, rejected that area. This candle tested this area again. So this testing over here was the last point when the market came down, right? And this testing over here was weaker than the previous two tests over here, right? Because these two tests were closer to this area than this one. So after this test, the market just went up, tested this area, and now it flipped back and went down to this area again, and this was the last test, I think. After this test, maybe the market will be getting ready to move up. So I think better buys will be above 156.629. That's what I think, or we can say this area over here. So right now the market is just in a range, nothing much is happening, and yeah, the market is going to the upper side again and again and leaving this area now. Look how the market is leaving this area, by looking at the test to the support. See, the market is just leaving this area over here. So the 1 hour candle has just closed right now, and yeah, nothing is happening at this point. So we have a bullish candle formation. I think if this candle wicks down, break the high of the previous one, it should be moving up to test this area. Yeah, we have this wick to fill, then we have these bodies over here, plus this was the test to the downside. Now the market is leaving this area, so that means we can consider this as a buying opportunity. So I'm gonna take a buy trade in GBP JPY once the current candle breaks the high of the previous one. Okay. So let's move to the 1 hour. 1 hour looks good. According to the 1 hour, this is the high. Yeah. So once this candle breaks this high, I'm gonna take a buy trade. Stops will be below the current 30-minute candle. Why the terminal is freezing up? Took a buy trade in GBP JPY over here, keeping stops at low of the current 30-minute candle, anticipating that the price should be moving up from this area, because now it's leaving this area. Now it has to move up and tap this zone. So yeah, that's the analysis for this trade. Stops are at around 8 pips. TP is first target will be around 10 pips over here, and yeah, let's see. Exact entry point is 156.398. 398 is up over here. Running in 2.4 pips right now. 3 pips running up. Yeah, now this should be moving up with volume, because this candle can fill this area over here, this clean wick over here, and can tap this area again. So yeah, let's hope for the best. 4.1 pips tapped over here. 4.3, 4.7. Yeah, look here. Now the 4-hour candle is flipping back up. So this 4-hour candle can move up from here and go all the way up and fill its own wick. So if that happens, my TP will be extended. So 5.5 pips running up right now. So I'm gonna close half at 10 pips and I'm gonna let the rest run. Why I'm closing half? Why not 80%? Because the thing is, I know that the market will be going to tap this area, and once it taps this area, the volume will be coming in. If market really has to go up, then the volume should be coming in and should take the market up. So it went up in like 7 pips. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, daily is at a really delicate zone right now. Weekly looks really nice. Weekly looks really nice to me, because if it starts to move up once, it will be definitely going up like 80 pips. So yeah, let's just look at the initial trade now. So this candle just went up, closed up over here, took entry after the break of the previous 30-minute candle. Perfect. Close at 8 pips. Okay. Break of consolidation area, candle closed above the range, pre-lend volume. SL at same candle around 5 pips. Moved SL to break even once it moved 6 pips. Nice. Yeah, this is an example of a very, very nice trade over here. Oh, GU just went up. So my trade is also running in like 8.6 pips over here. Volume is just coming in, and when the volume comes in, wicks get filled. See, some people will say that there's no range or there's no clean range why you took the trade. The thing is, when you look at overall market structure, you see few things, right? And you analyze all the things together and look at those things in the multiple time frames, and then you take a decision, right? So this 1 hour candle, look here, this 1 hour candle has already testing these wicks again. So if there is volume, then there's no point that this 1 hour candle will be moving down again, right? So if there is volume, then this 1 hour candle should be moving all the way up and fill all these wicks. If that happens, if that thing happens over here, then clearly this 4 hour candle will be a bullish candle to the upside. So that's the anticipation of this trade. But also, if it comes back to entry point, I'm going to close half, I'm going to manage the risk, and yeah, that's it. There's nothing else we can do. We can just wait and watch the market. We just need a single push to the upside now. Okay, I think it's coming to the break even now. Maybe this rejection area is working in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Yeah, this is a rejection area over here. So to cross this area, there should be volume in the market. Let's have a look over here. GJ is, yeah, it should be moving up. There should not be any problem. Yeah, this is a strong zone over here. But anything can happen because we don't know where the market gonna reject, because you know all these wicks are there, so market can reject any wick, this wick, this wick, this wick, this wick, any wick, right? Or market can fill this wicks, that also can happen. So a little bit not clear in this area, but the only thing I'm clear about is the market has to test this high. "15-minute candle looks nice." Now I think it will be hitting the TP. Let's see. running in 6.7 pips right now. $19 left for the current 30-minute candle to close, and if it goes up, then it will be filling the wick to the left for sure. Have a look over here. You know, all the time frames really looks bullish, and I really think once it starts to move up, definitely there will be a nice movement to the upside. This is GJ over here. Let's just play some music. Hey Abhishek, how are you? So 15 minutes is about to close in 2 minutes. I think I'm gonna wait. The thing is, look, now the 15-minute is above this area, right? So if it closes above this area over here, then I can say that now the next 15-minute candle can move up. But if it just rejects this area and comes to break even, that means there is a huge rejection coming up in the market, and this rejection zone can play a very, very important role in that rejection thing. So in order to continue to move up, the 15-minute candle should be going up in the last 1 minute and, you know, closing up above this area or strong bullish. That's what I think, and that will be the confirmation. If that happens, then I'm gonna obviously hold this trade for a little bit more, otherwise I have to close this trade. Look here, GBP USD, you ditched us. Last 45 seconds remaining. Let's see how and where the candle will be closing. Okay, let's have a look at the news as well. In 45 minutes there will be news. GBP. Okay, candle is going up now. Nice. 8.5 pips. It's about to close. It just closed above this wick and this rejection area. Now the current 15-minute candle can flip up, break the high of the previous one, and give us 10 pips. Or another thing can happen, that it can just go all the way down to hit the break even. because 45 minutes are just we are having now to trade GBP pairs. So what should I do? I think 45 minutes. I think GBP interest rates are increasing, right? So if the interest rates are increasing, that means GBP should be getting strong, and which will take the GBP all the way up. I think, yeah, I'm gonna close 50% at 10 pips, and I'm gonna let the rest run and leave it as it is, for the news as well. Because if the news comes in my favor, then it will be giving me huge amount of pips. But if the news goes against me, then obviously I'm gonna not lose anything at least. So it's about to hit 10 pips, 8.7 over here. We just need a push to the upside. Come on, man. Okay, 9 pips tabbed over here. Yeah, 1 hour candle is now leaving this area behind. This 1 hour candle should be should be filling the wicks of the previous wicks over here. 9.1 pips tabbed, but it didn't broke the high of the previous one yet. Now you know what, I'm gonna keep my stops in at this area, 156.354. Why I did that? Because it just tabbed 9 pips and I don't want to lose anything in this trade particularly, so that's why I shifted my stops over here. There's no reason of shifting the stops particularly over here in this area. It's just that I was just hoping, I just wanted to reduce the stops. That's the reason. Okay, so there's a rejection area. Candle went down, rejected this area. Yeah, this candle should be going up and fill this wick. We should be getting 10 pips now. 9.6. Oh, 9.6. Just tapped 9.6 over here. 9.2. Come on, man. Rejection. Look at this consolidation. Okay, closed half in 9.3 pips. Had to book some profits over here because if it starts to move down and hit my break even, then I'm gonna just lose everything. So closed half at 9.3 pips. Now leaving the rest run. Keeping my stops at break even, and yeah. Because the thing is, I am really anticipating this 1 hour candle to move up from here. Because by looking at this huge rejection, I can say that the market is now leaving this support behind, and it's now moving up to fill these wicks and finally break this high to continue moving up. So that's I'm anticipating. So if anybody took profits in this trade, then congratulations to you guys. Now let's see what happens. 38 minutes remaining for the current 1 hour candle to close. Because the support was formed. Hmm. Now I will just wait and watch. I'm not gonna trade another trade today. I'm I'm just gonna call it a day over here. I'm gonna leave everything at GPJPY. If it goes up, then it will be giving me more pips in the small lot. If it just rejects this area, comes back down, then obviously I'm gonna not lose anything. Abhishek is saying gold. What about gold, buddy? Maybe today the news will be taking the weekly candle all the way up. Yeah. Because this candle over here, this area over here, it didn't even tapped this region over here. It just flipped back up from the middle of the range. So that also indicates that the bullish pressure just went in again. And yeah, the gold trade was also perfect. It just that it just went down to break even, and I closed everything. If if I would have just closed half, then there would be some profits in GBPUSD today as well, but it's okay. This will be giving me both the profits for GBPUSD and GBPJPY. Let's hope for the best. Okay, so the trade is running around 16 pips over here. 16.5. Oh, GBP USD just moved up. What do we have on the left? These huge wicks over here to be filled, but news is about to come in 30 minutes. Cannot take chances, so have to be disciplined. Gold. Yeah. Okay, so look over here. The market just closed at this resistance area now. So that also means the thing is, now here's the thing. So if the market starts to reject this area and starts to go down and hit the break even, that clearly means that, you know, the market is creating this range before the news, so that at the time of the news it can just goes where the hell it wants to go, right? And but the thing is, now if the current 30-minute candle reverses back, flips up, break its own high, and this price over here, this particular price, then it will be definitely moving up from here. Also, the market is also stuck between this 4-hour candle as well. So that also means that if the market goes down in the current 30-minute candle, that means the 4-hour candle will be also flipping down. So I can say that I don't think that that's gonna happen, that the current 4-hour candle will be flipping down, because already it has rejected this deep over here. So now if it's going up and breaking its own high again and again by creating higher highs and higher lows, then I really think that this 4-hour candle should be stretching all the way up. But if it just goes down, then obviously we cannot do anything. So it's just the analysis over here. So let's see, because I can see this 4-hour candle going up, filling these wicks and tapping this area, and finally filling this wick over here. So hoping for the best. Let's see. Let's have a look at the 1 hour only. 1 hour really looks good. So guys, I'm gonna call it a day over here. Take care everybody, have a great day. So I don't advise you guys to trade before the news. Just leave the trading, let the news come in. After the news comes in, after half an hour you can trade. But before that, if you take the trade, because at the time of news your position can slip out, your spreads can be really widen up, and you will be automatically stopped out. So anything can happen. So just leave the trading before the news. So take care everyone, have a great day, and congratulations to those who just won this trade with me and made some profits. So take care everybody. We will be meeting tomorrow. Take care everyone.